This is the Pest. We open up on a dark moonlit night, and we see a silhouette of a witch start to cross the moon. And as she does, we reveal that she's a pizza witch. And she starts to descend to the street. We see a car pass by with a mermaid in it, and as she pulls up to a red light, a garbage truck with a dragon on it pulls up to a stop, pulls up the trash can, and whoosh, sets it on fire, and then pulls away. And as the light turns green, she turns around the corner and pulls up at her stop. She goes up to the door, rings the doorbell, and the garage door opens to reveal a giant waiting for his order. She gives him the pizza, and she gets a giant tip, and she struggles down the stairs back onto her broom and flies back off. And as she does, a van turns the corner and screeches to a stop. The driver honks, and just then we reveal a zombie starting to cross the street, and it making zombie noises as it really, really slowly crosses the street. Hey, I don't got all day here. Oh, okay. Come on, honey. Come on, kids. Yeah, it's zombies again. She whams her head forward onto the steering wheel, and as the horn honks, we wipe the screen with a zombie wipe. The van pulls up, and the lights turn off, and we orbit around to the side to see her sitting in the van. A center lady walks by with her kid. She clicks her seatbelt off. Yeah, of course, just on the last job and then I'm home free. Boy, I can't wait for this party. She is going to love it. And as she adjusts the mirror, we see her adjusting her hat. Oh, I'm telling you, this whole shindig is going to be the talk of the cul-de-sac. Especially because I got her all that new equipment she's been clamoring for. Of all the sports, she had to pick the one that goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Whew, gets you out of breath just talking about it. Well, if I had to breathe, that is. She goes around to the side of the van and we see her opening it up. Yeah, I've got everything she needs. Those streamers are in the drawer. Yep, and the helium tank is in the closet. Oh, no, not the propane tank. That's different. And don't worry, I've got everything all under control. She takes her flashlight out, she clicks it, and it starts to flicker a little bit, and she slams the back of the car door. Yep, gonna have to put the Mom of the Year award right there. And the fly buzzes onto screen, and the Venus flytrap snaps at it, snap, and then gulp. And she starts to walk towards the house. I just can't wait to see her face when she tears into it. She keeps going up the stairs and stops to knock. What? For a second I thought you said she wanted a pet. And as the other person on the phone keeps talking, she realizes... You did? She does? But I'm at a job and the party's in like half an hour. Come on. I mean, how am I gonna get a pet between now and then? And what does she even want? A puppy? A kitten? Oh, or a little brother. Well, we don't have 9 months for that, do we? And just then the skeleton homeowner throws open the door. Ah! You're finally here! What took you so long? She wants a pet? Hold on, I gotta... But she's interrupted by another skeleton racing out of the door screaming. Ah! And she races past her husband, knocks his head off, runs past Vanna, and runs off screen. Vanna, honey, who's screaming? Is everything alright? Vanna quickly turns off her phone as the other skeleton comes up in the foreground and puts his head back on. Ugh, what kind of pest problem do you have? She didn't tell you? It even got my arm. Oh, forget it. There's no time. Good luck. And they screech away in the car, and Vanna looks back towards the house. And she looks back to her phone as the time ticks down, clicks it off, and takes a deep breath, and steels herself, and adjusts her hat as she walks up towards the house. Ugh, where even is the nearest pet shop? Would she care if it's a shelter mutt, or do I gotta shell out for a purebred? Maybe a spaniel? Or a corgi? As Vanna enters the house, she sees that it's a total disaster. Ugh, I don't have time for this. As we see her looking at her phone through the balcony, something whooshes by in the foreground. Let's wrap this up quick. And she starts going through the house. She sees a gross old tennis shoe that's all chewed up. Ugh, this place is definitely infested. She pulls out her insect spray and starts spraying. As she turns the corner, she sees a little bit of fur. Fur? I'd ask if it killed them to vacuum, if they weren't already dead. Just then, something whooshes by in the background again. Ugh, creaky old house. She starts walking through, shines her flashlight down the hallway when just then a box starts to rattle. Ugh. Keeps rattling, and a mouse pops out. Ah, mice? Mice I can handle. She pulls out her cage and sets it down on the ground. Just then she notices a huge scratch mark on the wall. Ugh, must have been a pretty big mouse. And as she walks away, a shadow passes by her in the background. How long is it going to take to find this thing? She keeps walking when suddenly something whooshes through the window behind her, and she shines her flashlight onto a broken window. You can see the full moon outside, and the wind whooshes through the broken glass. Just the wind. She turns around and walks away, and something whooshes by again by the curtains. She starts to enter the kitchen when something swooshes from behind the counter. And we see that a cloud is starting to cover the moon and the room goes dark. And just then, a human-like figure starts to run behind her and she turns around and screams. She backs deeper into the kitchen and suddenly squelches in something. She points her flashlight down to see some footprints and some gross old food from the kitchen. And as she moves her flashlight across the footprints, she sees that they start to change into human prints and then turn back again. What the... And then she's startled by some banging off screen. The door bangs. Bang. Her phone beeps and startles her, and she reaches into her pocket and grabs it and sees that there's a notification saying that it's almost time for the party. Ugh, I can't be late. She'll be crushed. I gotta finish this quick. She walks over to the door and points her flashlight at the cat door, which has been nailed shut. And the door bangs. Bangs again. She starts to inch closer to it as it keeps banging. It bangs again, and then... Meow? Oh, so you're the little troublemaker. She reaches out her hand to the cat, but the cat sees something behind her and starts to growl. Hey, what gives? The cat darts away. What did you see back there? She turns around to look behind her, but there's nothing there. Huh, it's nothing. Just the... And then the paw of a creature breaks through the door. And it takes off, but as she runs away, the creature grabs her, and she trips and falls, and she's dragged away behind the kitchen island. She throws her flashlight, which lands on the ground and starts to flicker. And as it does, we see the shadow of her and the creature on the wall. She throws her mousetrap at it, it grabs at her pant leg and tears it away, and as the cloud fully covers the moon, we see a human figure revealed in the light. And as the cloud passes by, we see the creature again. And it jumps off screen. Vanna pulls herself around the counter, but the creature is in hot pursuit as she runs up the stairs and down the hallway. She looks over her shoulder and sees that it's following her. She keeps running. Vanna hits a wall down the hallway, but just scurries around the corner, and she notices an open door. But the creature rounds the corner. Oh, come on! And she has to dive into the new room. She pulls the door shut and notices the skeleton arm on the ground. She grabs it as the creature is slamming the door and wedges it into the door frame. Okay. Don't panic, Mama Bear. Don't panic. The door is slammed again and she's thrown onto the floor. And she looks back up to see that the creature is slamming against the door. It's starting to splinter. No. This can't be happening. I'm never gonna get out of this place. I'm not even gonna make it to the party. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it out of here alive. I'm never gonna see another one of her birthdays again. And she's gonna be so disappointed when she doesn't even get her present. Anna looks out the window and sees the moon start to get uncovered by the clouds. And as it does, we hear the oh of the creature off in the distance. She starts to get an idea and she looks down. Her present. She thinks a little more and suddenly, as she wipes away her tear, runs back into the room and pulls up the skeleton arm. She opens the window and jumps out. She slides down the drain pipe and runs off to her van. She runs towards the door, opens it up, and grabs the present out of the car. And she tears off the wrapping paper as she runs back up the stairs, pulls out the present with the arm. Okay, boy. Let's play fetch. She slams the door and we hear one final woo as we fade in on Vanna's house. Her van pulls up into the driveway and we cut to the front door. She knocks. Her husband opens it.
Honey, finally, what took you so long?
Mommy's home, mommy's home, mommy's...
I got your pet!
Vanna reaches into her bag and pulls out the arm with another tennis ball. She throws it for the werewolf boy, who breaks free of his leash. Her daughter catches the ball, and the werewolf boy bowls her over.
Oof. You got me a puppy? Thank you, thank you, thank you!
Vanna hands her daughter the arm, and she takes it along with the tennis ball and starts playing fetch with the werewolf boy. Vanna adjusts her hat.
So, werewolf, huh? Won't he turn back into a kid in the morning? Well, she did say she wanted a little brother, too. Kind of looks like the Stewart's kid, doesn't he? And that's the end.